All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Actually, good afternoon, I should say. Welcome to another match of the PMA Alpha LCS. Tonight, or today, we have a Big Anime Titties and the Spanish Torpedoes. My name is Fleeing Panda, and we're going to have a pretty good match here. In the last match, Big Anime Titties struggled as a group, but still had some brilliant individual plays from their captain and leader, General Dill. With the end of the season coming upon us, however, Big Anime Titties needs to get a 2-0 win today if they have any hope for qualifying for the postseason. However, with the General on their side, they should feel pretty good about their chances today. Struggling for most of the season, the Spanish Torpedoes really need to get some wins here if they have any chance of qualifying for the playoffs. With a match today, however, against a team that is also at the bottom of the league, this is going to be a make or break game for somebody. Alright, joining me in casting tonight's match is Jirachi and It's a Bison. Welcome, guys.
Hello. That was an intro.
Hello.
Hot damn. I'm digging it.
Yeah, well,
That was
We-
that took prep, didn't it?
yeah, actually, I literally just made that up, like, in the
Oh,
last
wait,
20
really?
minutes. Well, yeah, I actually,
Okay.
so,
Oh, wait, no, that's still more prep than I do for my intros, and it's obvious.
yeah,
It's okay.
No. It's good. It's appreciated. So one of the things I wanted to touch on with you guys is both of these teams, I think, are separated only by 1 point. Big Anime Titties having 3
Yes,
draws,
you are correct.
the Spanish Torpedoes having 2 draws. So which one of these teams do you think is going to take initiative in this match to really set themselves up to move forward? Or are they both going to kind of be like, and split the points? Because a split the points is probably the worst thing for both of them.
Yeah, I think BAT coming into the split looked actually like they were going to be really strong. You look across their team, they have carry potential, top jungle, and the bot lane, and Jingo Unchained is just a solid mid laner who's not gonna lose you the game. And you look at that lineup, you're thinking like, okay, like middle of the table, maybe like top 2 at like if they really get it together. But they've been struggling to really find really the cohesiveness, I think. But they still have a lot of potential, and I think if anyone's gonna be able to 2-0, it's gonna be Big Anime Titties. But we're into ban phase. Malzahar, Morgana, Warwick taken out by BAT. Morgana Freeman. Oh god. And they're gonna pick up Misfortune first. TST taking Vigart or Maokai off the table, picking up Shen and Callista. This is what we haven't seen much of Callista this split actually.
Yeah, I just feel like Callista's just not in a good spot in the meta at the moment. Really, all she does is kite, and then it's, I don't know, like you just don't see a whole lot of it. Like the hyper carries and Misfortune are just so much better at the moment. I feel like the Shen pick, though, I feel is a bit interesting.
Yeah, it's. No, you go ahead.
I mean, Dobrosius is a Shen main, so when you have someone who's not one of the highest ranks on their team, I think they're going to want to try and get them on comfort. Luckily, though, Alawi is a counter into that Shen. Alawi doesn't care if she's taunted, because then that actually kind of helps her. So, and you have an Alawi main. I wouldn't say a main, because he's kind of a Jace main.
He's Alawi's his backup.
Yeah, I guess you could put it that way. But in Bad Instincts, you have an Alawi main on the other side, and so
We see the
we do see
Rakan
Rakan. Yeah.
for Gert. Interestingly enough, I thought like last week he could have really pulled out Rakan and done a lot on it with against Gurk 5, my team, but he opted instead for a Maokai. Does similar things,
Yeah.
but I feel like
We
Rakan is
had-
just so much better.
We had some thoughts on that during the cast.
Although I don't think his Maokai was bad. I mean,
It wasn't bad, but like
and I don't
Rakan
think
could
that
have done
Rakan would
everything
have
and just
saved
been
it.
better.
Yeah, I just feel like Rakan's so much better than Maokai as a support. You know,
Wait,
his
is
kit's
that a
design.
Shen support?
It might be.
Wait, oh boy.
Or Shen jungle.
No.
I don't know. Does Julio know how to play Shen jungle?
Well, that is the question, isn't it? I mean, we do have our league leader in deaths, Julio, Clumsy Chocobo.
on pace to break the record for most deaths in a regular season.
And it looks like Brand is going to get banned. That it looks a bit premature since it wasn't their turn to ban. It was actually Spanish Torpedoes.
Okay.
But Brand and Malzahar, 2 picks taken away from Will Brooks. Wow, my brain just had a massive brain fart right there.
Yeah. Malzahar Brand allowing him to just sit on back lines, just spit out damage, also melt tanks. More importantly, with the Alawi, they might want to go for more of a tanky jungler, especially since Jarvan is still up. BAT might be looking to pick that up. And I believe General Dill has tended towards tankier builds on that champion.
Orianna. I don't know if I've ever seen Will Brooks play Orianna.
He's played it a couple times, I think, but the Zed Lee Sin as the counter, not the Jarvan. Jarvan falls through.
Yeah, if I'm Spanish Torpedoes, I really think about picking Jarvan right here.
Yeah, get a tank. There's no AP for the side of BAT.
Yeah, so, well, yeah, no, I guess
Shen Nara in a jungle tank, like, they don't have a lot of damage. I mean, Ori, Nara, Shen, and then Kalista throwing a Shen into a team, that's actually a pretty damn good wombo. There's not a ton of damage to back it up, but the BAT is pretty squishy. Okay, they're not going to go for the tank, they're just going to go for a Wukong.
Straight up wombo right here.
Yeah, and they could run into the same problem we saw War run into on Thursday night. They picked a perfect wombo comp. They had Leona, Miss Fortune, Morgana, Sejuani, and the top laner was Ornn. Yeah, that was perfect wombo comp, but they fell behind. They got some of the fights going, but they couldn't get that wombo off perfectly every single time. And when they couldn't get it off, they just lost fights and they lost that game for it. So we're gonna need TST to really execute on this comp.
Yeah, well, if you think about it though, TST pulled off a great wombo versus was it TST or I think it was TST. They did it versus Gerg 5 one week, if I'm not mistaken.
That was the game that he had Wukong.
Yeah, Julio
against us.
Clumsy Chocobo had a Wukong and was just absolutely ridiculous in that game. So,
yeah. that game was brutal.
He has shown a little bit of proficiency at playing this Wukong. So I'm optimistic about their chances at the moment.
They also have been playing a lot better since Rob was moved down to support. That's
true.
When they've gotten their couple of wins is once he's moved, including a win over their junior Poops in the Woods. That being a actual tie, but they got the one win of the games.
Was that BAT?
That was BAT.
That was it?
BAT got the tie, and S&M was the other team that got a tie against their junior.
Oh yeah, it was S&M. I always get S&M and TST mixed up.
Rip Caster.
What? I know they're the last place teams, but you're gonna do them dirty like that? Jesus.
But no, Spanish Torpedoes in the recent weeks has been playing a tad bit better. Week 6 they got a tie versus Gerg 5. The previous week they did get smashed by Pooh. But they also tied Gimme That Ace, one of the teams that they're trying to catch up to in that 6th place. So they've tied both 6th and 7th place. Tonight might be a good opportunity to get that win, maybe jump up the standings and put themselves in that conversation for that 6th place team, which at the moment is just wide open.
It's also going to be very dependent for that 6th place what G5 does against S&M tonight.
Well, yes, but I mean, just to even give themselves even a chance, one of these teams is going to have to win tonight just to even put themselves in the picture. I think for both teams, a draw is probably the worst outcome.
And considering how close these teams are to each other, I think in performance right now, we could easily see a draw, and that's just not going to be good.
Yeah, I really think it's going to come out a draw. I don't see either team winning 2 games in a row because they both don't really have a track record of being able to do that.
Wow. Well,
If I may, I pulled up a couple just random things. The Maokai game actually, in that Maokai game, Gert had 12 deaths, and that puts him in a 5-way tie for second for most deaths in a game.
yeah. Again,
So,
the
yeah,
Maokai.
and see, you would have died less on Rakan.
Yeah, because again, that's why I think the Rakan is just so much better as a support than the Maokai. It's because both of them can dash in and both of them can like knock people and root people, right? But
Yeah.
the Rakan can get back out again with that dash back to an ally.
Exactly.
And so it's just so much safer, and you're not just going in and trying to go ham. I mean, it gives you a little bit of that escape valve almost, where you can just be like, okay, yeah, I'm out. Bad call. Let's get out. You know? Whereas when you go on Maokai, you better be going. Your team better be following. Otherwise, you're just dead.
Yeah. And a couple other things. Kalista has been picked before. I'm not sure by who. I'm going to need to dig a little bit for that.
My guess would be Sal playing it, but
Sal played it, I think, once, and then I think Buddy's played it. Season 1.
Well, this season it's been played once. It's not Sal. It might be OP. No, it's going to take some digging actually. But it's only it was pulled out by Uramoose in week 2.
Mm.
But like the pick is absolutely not meta in our league, and it's not really meta in like outside of our league. It's got a 49% win rate right now, which is not bad, but like I have champion.gg open, and it's number 14 out of 18 AD carries.
like I wouldn't say she's terrible, but she's not great either. She's kind of in that middle ground of like, if you've really mastered her, you can do great on her, but if you don't know what you're doing, you're not going to do well at all, and not have a chance at doing well.
Yeah.
Absolutely. She's not like in the dumpster like Lucian and Caitlyn are. Rip.
Yeah. Well,
I want Lucian to get buffs. I want to be able to play him and actually like do well.
Me
Cheers.
too.
all right. So looking at these teams, though, let's go down with the big anime titties. Starting in the top lane, we have Bad Instincts on his Alawi. And then we have Lee Sin for General Dill, another flashy kind of champion right there that General Dill can make all kinds of things happen. Zed being played by Jingo Unchained, Misfortune with Opie, and then Rakan for Gert. So what do you feel about the big anime titties and their team comp?
I've said this during the spreadsheet champ select, but I don't like their lack of AP, especially into Nar Shen to tanky members, and TST could have made it even worse by picking a tank jungler. But that being said, they do have really good team fight. It's not dependent on a wombo. They have Rakan Misfortune. It's a great combo. I think you just put Rakan Alt and W on top of a bullet time, and everyone's dying. Zed can pick off the Kalista in the backline. Lee Sin can do Lee Sin things, and I really like the Alawi pick too. And into this particular comp, they picked it early, but with TST's comp looking for a lot of dive and a lot of just wombo, everyone except the mid and AD carry want to be going in onto the backline. That Alawi is great at countering dives, so I think they have a really well-rounded comp, just except for the lack of AP.
All right.
That's basically what I was gonna say about it too. I mean, no AP, and then they have the potential of a wombo with the Rakan Misfortune Alawi kind of thing. But
it's not a full team wombo, but it's
not. But it's still something.
Yeah, it's certainly not to the level of the wombo that the Spanish torpedoes have. So running down Spanish torpedoes, we have Nar on Debrosius 522. Clumsy Chocobo has Wukong. Oriana played by the Wilbrooks. Kalista, Digital Love 69. And then Shen with Rob. And some of these champions, I don't know if their summoners have ever played before. Like Rob on Shen.
Rob hasn't played Shen. Digital Love, I don't remember him ever playing Kalista. Wilbrooks played a few Oriana games last season. Devin, I don't believe has played Nar yet.
I think Devin's actually played Nar. I think he played it against HVG.
Let me see.
That was someone else. I remember someone playing a Gnar into a Fiora.
He played one Gnar game in week 2, which I think was against HVG against the Fiora. Yes.
I like how I can recall that one, but I can't recall last week.
Nice.
Recency issues.
So yeah, predictions.
So yeah,
maybe.
So again, with this being kind of a must-win series, who do you think wins this first game? Judging on those team comps.
BAT.
No hesitation.
Yeah,
BAT.
No hesitation whatsoever. I think their comp, sort of, it's a soft counter, but like as long as the Misfortune doesn't get deleted immediately, they have Lee Sin and Alawi to protect her. Then she gets off a bunch of damage, and they win the team fight off of Alawi smacking everyone with her tentacles.
I'm gonna go with big enemy titties as well. I think because they're gonna be able to pull this out a little bit earlier and quicker before Gnar and Shen can get too tanky for him to deal with without that AP damage. Because you're gonna be able to see Zed as soon as he hits 6, he's gonna be able to kill someone. He can kill Wilbrooks, he can kill Digital Love, he can kill Clumsy Chocobo because he's probably building damage, not tank.
Yeah. Knowing the last time Chocobo played.
And as we know, Lee Sin is a very early game jungler, so you'll be looking for General Dill to hopefully build that advantage really quick.
Yeah, I think
I'm looking at Clumsy Chocobo to throw a bunch of ganks to mid lane, not necessarily to get Will Brooks ahead because Will is not the primary carry of this team by any means, but to just use the Wukong Ori combo with the Shockwave Cyclone that is so deadly once you hit 6. Try to maybe burn Jingo Unchained's death mark, use that combo, and Clumsy Chocobo can maybe pick up a couple kills and start snowballing.
Right, so I think personally this game depends heavily on Clumsy Chocobo and his ability to get onto that Misfortune. If Clumsy Chocobo is able to delete Misfortune from team fights, then I feel like Spanish Torpedoes have a great chance of winning this game. So
that being said, Jingo Unchained also has the deletion potential onto Digital Love, so it's
yeah,
team fights become a battle of who is more fed, the Zed or the Wukong.
Yeah, but I think just looking at like champion kits and just kind of what's going on here, I kind of feel like I'm going to give this one to the Spanish Torpedoes. Just looking at that team comp that they have put together, that is that Wombo is not just dependent on one player getting it off, right? Where big enemy titties are kind of dependent on Gert getting a good combination off on that Rakan. So
yeah,
I just feel like the Wombo's going to be easier to land.
If Dylan kicks in Digital Love, then
end of story.
Like a lot of the damage is from TST is gone. So yeah.
Yeah.
Also, what time are you at?
I'm at 1:59, 2:01, 2,
okay, perfect.
3.
Yay.
And you can do play-by-play.
Yay.
I'm just going to be chilling here eating my lunch, which is why I didn't have a whole lot of time to do more prep. I actually would have been so much more prepared if I wasn't running to the store buying a lottery ticket and then having to like scramble back and eat lunch.
Wait, Digital Love forgot items. Oh no.
Well then.
Digital Love, no.
Advantage, big enemy titties.
Advantage, big enemy titties. Yup.
Boosted monkeys confirmed. You know, speaking of boosted monkeys, Clumsy Chocobo is a literal monkey.
Well, he's a literal monkey and he's already boosted, so yeah.
Oh, Rob.
Lands the Tom Flash actually onto Gert. Gert's just gonna use the E to hop back to Opie and gonna knock up Clumsy Chocobo, who's coming in for the gank. He goes into tower range, has to flash out after eating the tower shot. Not a good gank at all, but no summoner spells. Drew out 2, and the flash forward from Opie gonna draw out the heal. Okay, a lot of summoners being burned here.
Yeah, and Julio, Clumsy Chocobo there looking to maybe increase his death count there pretty early in this game.
Oh my god.
That was a little ambitious, I think. I'm pretty.
Oh, the taunt landing again onto Gert, and he's just gonna go and land the knockup onto Rob, and the exhaust coming out from Rob. Summoner spells being burned left and right. Digital Love has his flash. That is the only Summoner spell up for TST. OP has no flash, but the other three are up. It's a bit...
Getting a little aggressive
TS2,
down there.
TS2 is just being too over eager, and okay, Sebastian's gonna miss the Test of Spirit, I believe it's called. But yeah, just a bit of over eagerness. They're just trying a little too hard and burning a lot for it.
I don't necessarily dislike the early trades. You just got to be careful though with Digital Love having no items. You know.
Yeah. With Digital Love having no
the...
items, I don't think you want to be trading like at all. Especially into Misfortune, who is a lane bully, and if after the Shen taunt, he just doesn't do that much. So
I feel like they actually might have had the chance to kill Gert if the Callista had some items, you know. So I'm not necessarily disliking the idea. The idea I feel like is right. It's just without the items, it's just going to be so much harder to do.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, even
he has no potion. He's getting poked out and can't do anything about it.
Well, the thing is, even with the Callista...
Taunt again onto Gert. Gert's just gonna hop in, and they're gonna go onto Digital Love. Exhaust flash forward from Gert, gonna get the first blood. OP and Gert both turning onto Rob. And he is tanky enough to get away, but yeah, there you go. The Summoner spell advantage coming in favor of BAT's bot lane.
Yeah, and again, just not having potions right there, I think, was why Digital Love was so low to begin that fight. You know, and then no Doran's Blade to heal back up a little bit. So, again, it's just poor.
Oh, okay. Debrosius is taken super low from the Test of Spirit. Clumsy Choco coming in for the gank onto Jingo and Chain. Gonna get off a ton of damage early off. He's a couple others away, forcing the flash out from Jingo Unchained. Actually, only level 3. He's a level behind General Dill. Okay, now he's level 4. Gertz? Oh, Gertz middling. Okay, hi. Oh, well, hello.
Wait, why is he not going back for that coin?
I don't know.
Free 25 gold right there.
Something like that. Yeah, Misfortune came back to lane with Dirk Boots. Digital Love came back to lane with Dagger Boots. And 2 health potions, and well, we got his Doran's Blade. Yeah. But
he also has 2 vision wards.
At some point, I guess though.
Wait, why?
He had.
I can understand having one maybe.
750, 1050. He had oh my god, 1200, 1300 gold. He could have just gotten a straight BF, or he could have gotten the Vamp Scepter.
A Vamp and a Dagger.
Just to survive the lane, yeah. I mean, okay, forgetting items level 1, that's a mistake. But the Digital Love is just walking through, okay, gonna get knocked up by Gert, and he's just gonna go by, okay. Weird pathing there, and meanwhile, top lane, Baddock's Instincts going onto the Brosius, so much allow damage, missing the Tentacle Slam, but he's gonna have the last couple autos. Yes, he will. Almost goes down from the hop. Will get the solo kill. Clumsy Chocobo finding a bunch of people, but OP is just so much damage. The 3-man shockwave into the taunt though, but Rob is still gonna go down to General Gert. Zed is here as well, going on to Will Brooks. He does have a stopwatch, I think. No, he does not? Okay.
He didn't use it.
Yeah, he had his stopwatch up. He did not use it. And General Dill is gonna get a double kill off that 6-0 start for Big Anime Titties.
Yeah, we just see Spanish Torpedoes just losing all the individual team battles right now. That whole sequence, I think, started with Digital just taking the wrong path into the river and getting caught out by Gert. Gert getting that knock up down just right so that OP is now able to start popping off here. Pick 2 early kills on that Misfortune. It's going to be hard to come back if you're Spanish Torpedoes, I feel like.
Dude, Gert's having a great game. Like, he's hitting his W's that he needs to. Hold on, let me actually look up the name of this W. He's hitting all his grand entrances. There we go. Yeah. I know I talked to you about learning ability names, but some I need to learn still.
I mean,
I'm getting better about it, but Yeah.
Some champions I just don't play, so I just don't care to learn what they're doing.
Exactly. Oh, General Dill has found Clumsy Chocobo and the Blast Cone. Okay. Guess then General Dill. Bye. They found Clumsy Chocobo. What? Okay. The Flash is. No, General Dill didn't burn his Flash, but Clumsy Chocobo did. Yes.
Ooh, 200 damage on that bouncing
Yup.
double tap as
General Dill has found the Brosius. Hello. Okay. The Brosius just gonna hop under his tower. He's okay now. So three-man squad from BAT baiting out the 3-man group up now from TST when I think Willbrook should have been mid lane just pushing out. It's like they roamed. They didn't really have the kill pressure against the Gnar under the tower. He just should have just stayed mid, pushed into Zed, gotten priority, and he now has a big wave crashing into his tower, and Jingo is 30 CS up.
Do my eyes deceive me, or has General Dill built a tracker's knife?
He has. He's not labby.
He's not labby.
And if you look at the wards in that topside jungle,
oh, that's some nice warding going on.
this is why you build the tracker's knife, I feel like, on a Lee Sin.
Yeah, OP using Make It Rain, trying to chase down Digital Love, but yeah.
I mean, we're also seeing what we kind of talked about, where we need BAT to be aggressive early and get ahead early before they get tanky. We're seeing that with the 6-0 start and just the aggression of General Dill.
Yeah, well, Grand Entrance gonna knock up Rob out of the taunt, and they're just gonna trade some damage. They are gonna win the trade, though.
Digital Love burned Flash to get out of that Grand Entrance, though.
Wait, oh, wow. Oh. That was the Flash I saw. I was like, there's a Flash happening? Okay. And meanwhile, on the top lane, the Brosius is just getting bullied around by Sebastian. Oh, Lord. That is not fun. Rob missing the taunt onto OP, and because he taunted in, he's found the 4-man squad. Gets knocked up by the Grand Entrance even though he flashes, but the Fate's Call pulling him back, and the Zed going under tower using the Death Mark. The Shadow pulls him back into the tower. One more auto gonna kill Rob. Oh, is he? Oh, he's gonna go down to the tower. Digital Love does get a kill back. And okay, they want to dive this really badly. General Dill, does not quite have the damage. Gonna ward hop. Gonna get the kill though with the kick, but he will pay with his life. Shutdown going to Digital of 2 kills for the Calista. OP is out of mana, has to flash out. And not exactly what BAT were hoping for coming out of that bot lane skirmish.
Did Gert back?
Yes. Yes, he did.
I feel like if Gert stays there, they might be able to pick up
He
another
had taken
kill.
a couple tower shots. Early in the fight, he took a couple and backed out.
Interesting. But getting a
He
little
actually
bit of
grand entrance under the tower and then used his ult.
getting some gold back onto that Callista is going to help.
The Brosius is so low.
Ooh, I still have music playing. I hear the ad going. We're gonna turn this music back on.
Hey, Gert has found the Rob. Rob is gonna use the taunt onto Gert. Gert's gonna use the Grand Entrance to just get out of there. Not sure if other people were around. The Brosius is burning his TP to get back to the top lane, and Alex Instinct still has his, is also 2 levels up on the Brosius. So if they want to do something else in this bot lane, they can make it a full 5-man. And then oh god, this Alawi just hurts. Brosius does get the hyper proc and will trade some damage back, so he does have a Phage and Giant spell. He is able to get some stuff going, but okay, General Dill coming in for the taunt, not the taunt, the kick from behind gives the kill to OP. Easy peasy tower dive, and he's out. Sorry?
I was say that's where you wish that Digital Love still had some summoner spells, because they could have gotten a kill on General Dill.
Okay, Jingo Unchained using Death Mark onto Rob. Bullet time's coming out too. Rob should go down. There we go. OP is on a rampage. 4-0 and 5 Misfortune. This is an ADC's wet dream right here. Oh my god. I am jealous. Oh, Clumsy Chocobo, gonna dash in. Okay, the Shockwave gonna pull in too. Jingo Unchained currently has tower aggro. But that is enough to fend BAT off this tower.
Yeah, that was a huge play there. It gave them. They were just under a 4K gold lead. Now they're just over 5 from that. And if you look, it's not just the kills. Everyone has a farm lead at this point, other than General Dill, which I mean he's down by 4, so we might as well call that even.
He's about to get one more jungle camp to make it perfectly even.
I feel like Rob needs to put some kind of ward, either a vision ward or just a regular ward, into that tri-bush, because that's where General Dill keeps coming from. He keeps going over the wall right there and coming in behind.
If you hover over, you can see how many wards he's placed. He only has 1 ward down on the map, and I don't think he has any pink wards down. So, yeah. Oh, the Grand Entrance is actually going to nick Will Brooks, and the Lee Sin has damage, but the Standard United going to come out. Cycle coming across as well. Will Brooks is barely going to live, but does go down to the red buff. General Dill gets taken super low, though. Exhaust use smites the Gromp for some health, but they're just going to keep going. Plus 300 for Clumsy Chocobo at the 2-man knockup from the Grand Entrance. Takes down Rob. Clumsy Chocobo is next. OP is unstoppable. Digital Love's just under his tower, staring at a 1v3 and 3 dead bodies of his teammates.
Clumsy Chocobo just doesn't have the damage right now to take on General Dill and Jingo Unchained.
And that Instinct can just flash in onto the Brosius. One more Tentacle Slam doesn't hit it. Oh, no, Tentacles don't have it. What? That Tentacle is not going to get it either. Okay, the Brosius taken so low, but Sebastian did take down the tower, has complete control of this lane. This is not where you want the Alawi to be.
Yeah, as I was saying before, Sebastian decided to try and kill Brosius up there. And more fighting.
Oh, Rob missing the taunt. OP does have some damage. Is going to use the bullet time. Almost takes down Digital Love. Oh my god. Yeah, Dustblade and another Dirk. He has a lot of damage and 2 levels up.
Yeah, I think Digital Love just a little far behind to even think about fighting OP right now.
This is kind of just brutal in all honesty.
Yeah, Digital Love doesn't even have his Blade of the Ruin King yet.
Oh, the Taunt gonna miss on the Jingo Unchained. He's gonna use the Deathmark. Shockwave will not find him. He's in a 1v3 right now. Flashes over the wall into the wrong jungle. But General Dill, Gert, and Bad X Instincts are all here for backup. General Dill going in. Grand Entrance only knocking up Rob, but the Charm is going to land on the Clumsy Chocobo though. Taunt coming in for Rob. No kills have come down yet. General Dill will take a tower shot, and no kills are gonna happen.
That missed Shockwave was huge right there, because if Will Brooks still had Shockwave, he could have pulled General Dill back into the tower and probably picked up a kill right there.
Yeah, questionable Shockwave use, like, even before he used this, like, okay, he's out of range for a Shockwave, and Will just, I guess, not quite recognizing that? I don't know. As it is, General Dill and Gert are low enough they can't really siege this tower. But with Will Brooks on low mana, and him being the wave clear, who knows?
Yeah, I also give the benefit of the doubt to Will Brooks there. I mean, it's hard to play Orianna into a Zed. Anything with mobility is hard to play Orianna into, because they just move, and you're just like, well, shit, now it's not going to hit.
Basically. And meanwhile, playing into Alawi, okay, the Soul is just getting deleted. The Brosius is now at
60?
Less than 400 health.
He's 60 CS down.
And in the meantime, Digital Love is going to find a kill onto OP. That's a huge shutdown onto the BAT-AD carry. They're going to just take the pick and get out.
Digital Love now has his Bork, so that's a lot more.
General Dill of the Lee Syndrome, okay, he does get out fine with the safeguard. That extends things, just whacking away at this Soul. Okay, the Shockwave, oh, the Sombrero Shockwave from Will Brooks. There might have been a misclick. I think BAT saw that because they're going in. Jingo Unchained is going to use the Deathmark on the Clumsy Chocobo. Redemption coming down for BAT, keeping them just alive enough. Bad X Instincts whacking away at the tower. He'll be able to take it down. Oh, General Dill's on adventure. Lands the Q onto Rob. Okay, he's out of range. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure.
BAT, Jesus.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how comfortable Digital Love is on this Callista, because he does have heal, he has flash now, and he still has that ultimate. That ultimate, when used correctly, can completely turn around a team fight. And there were a couple times there where big anime titties went so ham under the towers that all they have to do is interrupt all of them, knock them all up, and that completely stops their dive and maybe even gets you a return kill or two. But Digital Love just ran into the opposite direction, and they weren't able to use any of those ults or heals.
And Rift Herald going down. Oh my, only half of the bullet time takes Clumsy Chocobo to half health, and General Dill just gonna clean that up.
They both flashed over that wall, I feel like.
Yeah, they did. Actually, OP flashed over, I think General Dill safeguarded to him.
Woof.
Yeah, General Dill still has his flash. Oh god. It's almost a 10k gold lead. Well, really more specifically 9k. It's currently 9k. Oh, Rob not gonna land the taunt on the General Dill. Gert is here for some backup. Gonna land the double knockup. TP coming in from Bad X Instinct. They're charmed up as well. Brosius gets chunked to half health. Rob as well. Rob will have his soul turned into a spirit / vessel. Oh, but the double stun and the double nart into tower. Gert is gonna take some tower shots and he will go down. Rob will pay for it with his life though, but Clumsy Chocobo is here with the big cyclone taking down Bags Instincts, and General Dill will be up next. Some over-aggression from BAT leads to some kills for TST, but meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Will Brooks properly using his stopwatch, stopping Deathmark damage. Dingo Unchained is just half health in the wrong jungle, but no one's around, he'll be okay.
Yeah, Clumsy Chocobo now has his Dustblade, and I think BAT may or may not know about that, so now he's going to deal a little bit of damage.
Just a little bit.
Because, you know, Dustblade's not OP or anything.
But you see what I was
Doesn't
talking
need to be tuned down.
Really not, actually.
But you
I
saw,
don't know.
I don't know if you guys saw
It's
what
a
I
bit
was talking
absurd
about,
sometimes.
though. In that last team fight, though, they had their CCs, and they were able to get them under the tower when BAT was just being a little too over-aggressive.
Yeah.
And the tower shots, I think, killed Gert, at least.
The Gert went down to tower shots, and they had the 3-man squad, but neither of the carries, so they just didn't have quite enough actual damage. General Dill finding the Brosius, okay. Yeah, this combo, General Dill and Bags Instincts, they just want to go, and sometimes they're kind of leaving their carries behind, which is a bit questionable, but I mean, what do I know? Oh, did anyone post on Facebook that we're live?
I'm posting it right now.
Do it.
'Cause I just thought about it.
Yeah. We only have 7 viewers. RIP.
Rip. Dustblade, not OP. Kappa.
It's not. It's a bit. It's a bit powerful, but it's not complete. It's not like OP levels of OP. Meanwhile, though, Herald spawn top lane, easy top lane tower, 5th tower for BAT to the 1 of TST.
I feel like we just got a cheer of some kind,
I don't know.
but I didn't see
You
it.
have the donation box set up on stream.
Yeah, it should.
Oh, Clumsy Chocobo flashing in for a cyclone, only landing onto 2 for right now. The taunt coming in as well, and the bullet time is huge, landing a triple kill for OP. The only ones alive are the carries of the TSC, and they're just gonna delete Digital Love, almost. Okay, they're not gonna continue to chase, but that bullet time was just huge. Oh my god.
Well, meanwhile, we see Will Brooks pushing this mid lane tower.
Wait, what? Oh, BAT might just end the game. They have a... Well, the Rift Herald is gonna die just now, but they have a redemption. They have 1 Nexus turret down. Clumsy Chocobo is up in 5 seconds, as well as the Brosius. Rob is up now. It's a 4v3. The Shockwave gonna land onto 2. OP just doesn't have damage down onto him, though. He's finally gonna burn the heal, but he's not touched on the other side of the fight. What are TST doing? Chasing after the wrong targets. The taunt flash missing from Rob, and BAT just getting out. They're gonna even take an extra tower on the way out, maybe? Not quite. Clumsy Chocobo using the E to get into range, and OP does not go down to a tower shot. Jingo taking down Clumsy Chocobo over aggression from the Wukong. Jingo and Chain now just going under the tower, eats the exhaust. That's speaking of over aggression. Hello, Jingo and Chain.
Zed syndrome.
Zed syndrome.
There's a lot of syndromes here.
There's a lot of syndromes this game. Lee syndrome, Zed syndrome. You know. But yeah, OP is 8-1 and 9. He's just huge, and I'm really questioning TST's decision making in that last fight in their base. Yes, they defended the Nexus, but they lost even more kills for it. They're losing a dragon now. OP was touched, but he was just off to the side with no one around to really peel for him, and TST chose to chase after General Dill and Gert the people with escapes. So, very questionable team fighting.
I think the start of that is even more questionable if you think about it for the Spanish Torpedoes. They started that whole sequence with Will Brooks in the mid lane pushing a tower when Rift Herald got spawned in the top lane. Wouldn't you want to back like immediately or even just run to that location? Like the moment you hear Rift Herald spawn? Because if you don't respond to it, which he didn't, and only 2 other members of his team responded, then you just lose. You lost your tower, your second tier top, your inhib tower, the inhib itself, and then both Nexus towers.
Oh, there's a Baron bait going on. Digital Love gets found by the Deathmark and the Sonic Wave, and there go 2 instantly double kill for the Zed. They're gonna turn on to Baron? Yeah, they are. Honestly, they could just go end the game right now, maybe? No, that timers are too short. They're gonna get the Baron, they're gonna play it safe. Sebastian is pushing down bot lane in the meantime. Should be able to get that tower.
They don't have a tank right now.
Here we go. Yeah, General Dill's not really a tank. Okay, Bad X Instincts is just gonna fight in this bot lane using the ult down? Okay. Causing Rob to run away. He's in a 1v3 now. He no longer has the ult. Gets Nard in, and there's the taunt. Bad X Instincts will go down. But the Baron's still going over the BAT. I think that's a classic Sebastian thing, to just go down while his team gets Baron. It happened all of season 1. Like, there had to have been at least 5 Barons where we got it off of Sebastian dying. Oh, Jingo going into the base, not even using the death mark. Almost only clumsy chokeable, but he will pay for it. The bullet time does some zoning, but doesn't actually kill anyone. OP now just laying down damage onto the Brosius. Exhaust going down. They're going to be able to kill the Brosius, especially with the redemption. Not quite yet. He is taking up the 3-man shockwave. Nicely done by Will Brooks. But is the team fight actually going to go in favor of TST? They're going to get a 4 for none.
Look at the Nexus.
That's huge. What, the Nexus? Wait, what?
Winions.
Winions. And just like that, game 1 goes to VT. Oh my god, I'm dying.
I think that game ended in the most
PMA
LCS ways ever. Winions.
Winions.
OP.
Oh, no, Winions had to go in the MVP poll.
Oh, it is. MVP poll's already up.
Fire. Oh my god, I'm done. But actually, though, who do you guys think gets MVP?
I would say Gert.
I'm torn between OP
because
and
I feel
Gert.
like I'm torn between Sebastian and Gert. I feel like OP, while he did great, I feel like it was set up a lot by Gert, and that's why I'm going with him.
Then again, he had some amazing bullet times, which, I mean, Gert's not pressing his R button and moving his mouse for him, so I don't know.
That's true. There's a lot of people I think who could be MVP for this game. It was really well played by Big Enemy Titties.
It's one of those games that just the team plays well. It's not like a solo carry, which really is kind of all games that happen in PMA LCS in all honesty. But
Garrett and Dylan, I want you to know that pressing R is very hard, just so you know.
It's so hard. Even a Vigar could do it. Wait, what? What? Alright, so stick around. We're getting our MVP vote set up. We're going to get our draft board set up again. So, yeah, we're going to take a slight break here as we get It's a Bison into the casters channel and not on a team.
Hey, last time I checked.
Stop the stream for a second to cut the VOD. Thanks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Stick around. Bye.